Hey, have you heard? The re-education through labor system has been abolished. How terrible! Won't the bad guys run around the streets? Don't panic. Re-education through labor has been abolished, but reform through labor has not. If you commit a crime, you still have to undergo reform through labor. Wait, what is reform through labor? And what is the relationship with re-education through labor? This has to start from the most basic practical activity of human beings, labor. Marxist-Leninist authors believe that labor is the greatest disinfectant for all social viruses. Labor not only has a productive function, but also has the function of educating people. Therefore, it is in line with the principles of socialism to use labor as a means of reforming and educating lawbreakers and criminals. Its fundamental principle is to improve the awareness and cultivation of criminals and lawbreakers through participation in labor, so that they can reform themselves and become useful for society. However, when it comes to reform through labor and re-education through labor, they are different in terms of specific implementation. Reform through labor is a criminal punishment measure, while re-education through labor is an administrative, compulsory measure. First of all, the objects of reform through labor are criminals who have violated the criminal law and have been arrested or surrendered to the judicial authorities and have been convicted after trial. The duration of reform through labor ranges from 1 month to life, and is mainly carried out in detention centers, prisons, reform through labor farms, and factories. Here we need to correct the wrong impression. Reform through labor is not a single heavy physical work. You have watched too many bad movies and TV shows. In our country, facilities like reform through labor farms and factories have similar hardware levels, work intensity to that of ordinary workers and farmers, and there is no corporal punishment. No wonder some people actually like to be arrested. Of course, we absolutely disagree with that.
经常有时候回家要这样，现在看到说你们的感觉比家里面好多了，我有超喜欢在里面了。
Reform through labor carries out ideological transformation and cultural education for the prisoners, so that they mastered the survival skills. And the output of prisoners' labor would not only cover the operational expenses of the prison and detention facilities, but even the surplus will be handed to the state. Different from reform through labor, the re-education through labor targets the bad guys who have violated the laws and regulations but have not violated the criminal law. The police do not have to transfer them to the judicial system, and the public security department can sentence them to re-education through labor by themselves. The place of execution of re-education through labor is also different from that of reform through labor, mainly in re-education through labor centers, and the punishment is generally only 1 to 4 years. Therefore, whether to carry out reform through labor or re-education through labor ultimately depends on how bad the bad guys are. At this point, someone will ask, why abolish re-education through labor? The fundamental reason for this question is that the existing re-education through labor system has not kept up with the progress of our country's legal system construction. Our Constitution stipulates that only the procuratorate and the court have the power to approve arrests, while re-education through labor, in a sense, is restricting personal freedom through administrative means. Due to the lack of relevant judicial procedures, the sentencing and execution of re-education through labor often have many uncertainties. The severity of re-education through labor sentences for the same type of cases varies. The scale of re-education through labor sentences in different regions varies. There are arbitrary arrests and sentences in some regions, which are unavoidable problems of the re-education through labor system. The essence of abolishing re-education through labor is to maintain the authority of the law and the practice of building a country under the rule of law in our country. However, although abolishing re-education through labor is a general trend, a series of problems brought about by it still need to be gradually solved. For example, the resettlement of more than 60,000 re-education through labor inmates after their release, and another group of idle people who have been engaged in illegal activities for many years, but their deeds are not enough for criminal punishment, and they are incorrigible. How to deal with them? This also urgently needs relevant legislation. In general, rule of law cannot be just a slogan, and it needs to constantly explore legal techniques and mechanisms to improve and achieve.